Charles Ledbeater.
Right.
What a day so
What a
far.
day.
Reeboot Britain.
Yes.
And social technology. I wanted to talk to you about just the term social technology. Is it a good term that we can use for basically the theme that's revolving around today?
Well, yes, in a way, because I think what today is all about is the social implications of the technology, how it allows us to relate to one another in different ways, to get things done together in different ways, come together, find one another. I mean, all I think that's interesting about this stuff is the social. Well, it's two things. It's the way people can socialise, and it's what they can do with it. It's not actually the quality of the experience, because the quality of the experience is often grainy, poor, inconsistent, unreliable, clunky, boring, confusing, all the rest of it. Actually, the experience, the experience of sitting with your laptop and trying to do stuff is actually a rather poor experience. So, what is it then that pulls people back to it, even though it's really, in some ways, not a great experience? It is that they can connect with people, get things done, have their say, do interesting things together. And that, I think, is just going to get more and more powerful.
Do you think ultimately we're quite lonely?
Well, some people, I think the biggest problem in Britain is loneliness, in a way. I mean, the most intense problem is lonely people. I think what this stuff appeals to very strongly is that we're not essentially isolated people. We're not solitary individualists. Actually, we're deeply collaborative. And I hate to quote Jeremy Hunt, the shadow culture minister, borrowing a phrase of mine from a report in 1998, but this generation are collaborative individualists. So my kids, I think, are more individualistic than I was, much more sort of sense of entitlement about what they do, but also naturally collaborative in a way that I wasn't. They can connect more to more people, think that way. So they're both more, they've got more sort of sense of themselves, but also, I think, more sense of just what it is to do things laterally with one another.
And there's a lot of talk in the auditorium, there's a lot of talk in the corridors, there's a lot of talk online. What's the percentage here of thinkers and doers, do you think?
Well, that's a very good point. I would say it's 50-50, but I would say that the only people who are real doers are also thinkers, in a way, and that is what I think is interesting about this, because it's only by thinking your way into a different way of seeing how things could be that you can do things that are different, like the School of Everything, or Net Mums, or Think Public, or these different things. They take thinking in a different way to do in a different way, and it's that interaction of thinking and doing that's critical. So I don't think any of this stuff works unless you do stuff, you try it out.
I think
in real time.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. And for me, I'm definitely more of a thinker until I'm inspired, and that's what makes me do. The sudden connection, the conversation that takes me to yes. And it's places like this, I hope, that enable others to be inspired to actually go out and pave the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the projects I'm involved with is trying to create a kind of patient opinion for school children. So I think it's now becoming like crazy that school children don't have any say in their education, but it's only just now becoming sort of more obvious that should be a sort of odd thing, really.
Wouldn't it be fantastic if a child could, in fact, just tick the boxes, or with the parents maybe, we would like to do this,
or whatever, or just say, this is what was good about my experience this year, this was what was bad, this is what I like about my school, this is what I'd like to see improved. And actually, the Craig Newmark was talking earlier, I bet if you did that, you'd find the Craig Newmark law borne out, and the Craig Newmark law is 2% of people are kind of abusive or difficult, 98% of people want to just get something done better. And that's what would be true if you gave school children the chance to comment on their own education. And what is it that holds us back from that? Just allowing them to do that and treating them like responsible people.
Let's hope in the future, however far away that is.
Well, not far, I hope.
Charles Ledbeater, thank you very much.